sometime in 1979, May 18. My parents of W.O. Sunday Balogun and Mrs. Victoria Balogun at Lagos. And I did my primary education in Comanchemen School, Kenya, which I proceeded to for my secondary education in Comanchemen School, Jos. I later got admission into Lasco Polytechnic, where I graduated. And to God be the glory, I was awarded a doctorate degree recently from a British American University. So I ventured into politics 2018, and ever since then till now, we've been so happy and so impressed with even my performance. Just concluded the elections. For the first time getting into politics through Alliance for New Nigeria, my party came third in my constituency after the likes of APC and PDP came third. So I'm very, very encouraged to be able to have my own total nation building and to ensure we the youth has a voice where it matters the most, which is decision making of the country. Thank you.
So, what are you?
Well, to be sincere, I wake up as late as 7:30, 8 o'clock because I go to bed very late. Sometimes I'm up until 2, 3 doing research, trying to get 1 or 2 materials, trying to see how well we could create avenue to support our dreams, and let's see what's really bothering with the African youth.
What are your routine?
Well, my routine every morning is when I wake up, take my morning devotion. After my morning devotion, I do 1 or 2 exercises. After then, I take my bath. After taking my bath, I get prepared for my work. Well, I got to find myself when I discovered the loopholes in the country, how our leaders were governing this beautiful country with a lot of resources. I was not comfortable with the way things were. I have to look inwards and see if I can fill in those vacuums and add my voice to the development of our beautiful country. I believe much in it. We have no other country to go except this country. So I have to ensure I stop complaining and I take the bull by the horn and add on to the nation plan. Well, that was really when I wake up. And when I really wake up was during the time of Jonathan regime. I don't know, maybe because of the way they were running the affairs of the country, I was not interested in getting involved in politics. I never ever saw myself getting involved in governance. I only felt, let me build my personal businesses and achieve my goals. But unfortunately, I discovered that the decision they make affects what even with the business owners or business entrepreneurs will get back. So I have to do what? I have to ensure that I get involved so I can influence policies that will make growth in the economy and make better representation of we the youth. We the youth are not properly represented in this country. And we had a lot of energy to be able to turn things around, but we have not been represented. Well, what drives me further is because I used to see some talented young men up and down. And anytime I feel discouraged, if I look back and I see them, I say, wow, I can't leave these souls to just fade away. Let me see how well I could still encourage myself better and push a bit if I'll be able to add value to them to be able to see the dreams and vision of being in Nigeria. Yes, I wake myself to wake others. I take myself as a pace setter. I set pace and I drive others to meet up with that pace. So with every youth that have come through my way, and the ones I've mentored, the ones that are doing their own businesses today, they could really tell you that yes, if I want this goal to be achieved, they know definitely I'm going to drive them to achieve that goal. Even if they don't believe in themselves, I make them feel no, you can achieve this goal no matter what. Because those that are achieving it, they don't have two heads and they are not coming from Spain. Every device you are enjoying today, those that did it, they are intellectuals. They are people that sat down, think, and dream, and they make sure it comes to reality. And today we are all enjoying all those devices. But are we just going to be a consumer without adding our own quota into the system? We Africans cannot just be consumers. Africans all over the world are doing great things. Why are we in Nigeria redundant? Why are we not adding value? Why will the president not have a mindset to say we African youth or we Nigerian youth are lazy? It's because we don't put targets, we don't strive to achieve goals. What we are just after is let's get the money, enjoy ourselves, and that is all. Nobody wants to go into the engine room to really look at how well we can solve problems. Because if you solve problems, you are going to make wealth. Go and look at every economy that solves one problem or the other. They are making great wealth. Now, for vehicles being built, they've solved transportation problem, which is a movement problem. You could be from Ibadan to Lagos today because somebody has solved the problem for you walking from Ibadan to Lagos. You could communicate with me on phone because somebody has decided to solve the problem of getting to me physically before we could exchange pleasantries or greetings. So when Africans start seeing themselves like solving their immediate problem in their environment, that is when you start creating wealth. You can't create wealth when you can't solve any problem. So that is my own mindset. So we have to solve problems. We have a lot of problems to be solved in this part of the world. And we are not ready to solve them. Rather, you will see a white man coming into the country who just bring one solution to one item, and boom, he makes a lot of money from it. Because he has solved that problem that we could not look inward and solve. And funny enough, do you know technology started from we Africans? During the Egypt revolution era, Egypt was the world power. Ethiopia has been existing. We had university in Egypt then, where all this calculation and all these science formulas are coming out, that is doing all this development. It's from Egypt, before the whites adopted it. And even God was even sending their own children from the Israel to go to Egypt. Jesus was sent from Israel to Egypt to hide his head. Egypt was forming the world power, but how did we get? And we lost that. So what I would just encourage we youth to do is, we should look inwards. There's a lot of things we can do.
Not the outward.
So,
Not the outward.
not the outward. We are just looking at the outward. What is the outward? You look at BB Nigeria. Everybody is having paparazzi on. Imagine people sleeping. You are awake watching someone sleeping.
Exactly.
What economical value does that add to you? People are calling in on BB Nigeria. You are taking side on who to follow, who is right, who is wrong. How does that add value to your personal problem? We need to refocus our mind. We need to reorientate ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves. We need to unbundle the mindsets of people you have. The only way to unbundle them is to do what? Is to ensure that you keep talking to these people. Let them get exposed. And the only way they can get exposed, easily you can pick your phone and do research on Google and get results on so many things. I'm not saying BB is not okay. You can do that in your leisure time, but it should be a leisure time, not a particular mode of that you must be stuck or you must sit down and watch those programs.
Sir, another question is this. For how long have you been impacting youth to now?
Well,
Because we know that R&B concepts
yeah.
has been a problem solver.
Well, to be sincere, as long as my company has been able to pick up, I started impacting in youth. I worked in Oceanic Bank. Before Oceanic Bank, I was in the company for corporate guides. I left corporate guide, I went into banking. After banking era, when Cislego had an issue, I moved out and I set up a cleaning firm. After the cleaning firm, we now diversified to properties. And since we moved into properties, we'll be mentoring youths. That's sometimes 2010. We used about 10 years of property industry, and we've been adding value to our youths and individuals that come our ways. And I had the passion to be able to use that platform to change lives and add value to them. I have a system where we don't just pay salaries, we try as much as possible to mentor you to become a owner of your own businesses. So far so good. 15 has already graduated through that process, that they have owned their own businesses and they are millionaires today. Why these other ones that you see now, they're the ones that are understudying the property movement. So when they get to 8%, I make sure they get to 5% of what they bring in. So if I earn 1 million through you in a transaction, you go for 50,000. So that you can raise your own businesses. Recently, I just paid out about 1 million to one of our staff. So imagine you paying a working a lady talking. Imagine you paying a staff 1 million on commission, and in a month she could do a turnover of like that or close to that 3 or 4 times. In no time she will set up her own business. Like I'm talking to you now, she's building her properties. So I'm very, very happy and encouraged that I have a staff that is working with me, that is achieving great things. So she establishing herself will not stop R&B from growing further. Rather, is expanding R&B network and frontiers. That's what it is.
You're not saying like ambassador.
Thank you.
So, okay, so what do you know about Kenya, Africa?
Well, I get to know about Kenya, Africa through one of my supporters, Mr. Ade, and he has been so Mr. Ayo. He has been so passionate about Nigeria being a working nation. Because the guy, I met him when I was doing my campaign through my PA, and he introduced Kenya, Africa to me, that you guys too are trying to mentor youth through music and through art. And I said, okay, fine. I've not met you before. You called me up, we discussed, and for me, I'm ready to support, no matter how small it is, to support the youth movement, because I'm a youth and I believe much in the energy of the youth to be able to achieve more and to turn things around. So that's how I got to know Kenya.
You say thank you for the other time.
Thank you. It's not
Seriously,
yeah,
the
it's
part
not.
is
No, it's not.
goes beyond that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, sir.
Yeah.
So, someone said a question. He said, how do you plan to carry this about at the time?
I didn't get the last.
How do you plan to carry youth along at the time like that? Because you're tired of being youth.
Well, sincerely, I will first ask the question, what do the youth really want? Let's not be deceiving ourselves. Youth will tell you, carry me along, carry me along. What you mean you know carry me along is, okay, how much are you going to drop down? I've met a lot of youths. Now, I try to, you know what you say, okay, I don't have connection. Who has the connection? Even me, I don't have that connection. But I have to create a voice for myself. Every youth is looking for one connection or the other, and when they get that connection, what do they use it for? They convert it to money. And when they convert it to money, what do they use it for? They will now buy cars, go carry ladies to hotel, buy the best of shoes, buy Gucci, buy the... Now, the youth, what do you really want? Do you want to liberate yourself from this slavery? This mental slavery. If the youth say they want to liberate themselves from mental slavery, first of all, you will not think of being used. You will think of what can I add into the system? What value can I add? There's a saying that says, you do not look for what America will give to you. Look for what you will give to America. And because everybody is giving something to America, America is great today. So America can do what? Can give back to them in double folds. In this country, I notice most of the youth are not ready to sacrifice anything. And it's when the atom of grab, collect, everybody is trying to outplay each other to get more to themselves. Why will you tell me you went to a university, you graduated, and you wake up and you're looking for a job? The system does not recognize you because they believe even the university you went to, you could not defend that certificate you are holding. Because they give you employment to do something. Why do you think companies say we need 5 years experience, we need 8 years experience? It's because they discover most of the ones they've been given opportunity to run that same job. They've not been able to live up to what they claim they've studied in school. So it comes down to, while you're in school, did you really settle down to study, or you were buying yourself or paying your way through the exams and through the school? And if you really study, definitely, no matter how well or how bad you will perform in a company, at least the basics, the company will know, yes, you are supposed to give you some training. But when you are giving somebody training that is not even picking, or is not, it will frustrate the organization. So these youth have to know, what do they want? What do we want as youth? Do we want good roads? Do we want good jobs? Do we want electricity? Do we want our resources to be used to enhance our lifestyle? Do we want a better health care? Do we want potable waters? So if you want those things, you would demand them from your leaders. You will not demand for money from them. You will not allow anybody to use you as a dog during election. You will not allow anybody to use you as a ballot box snatcher. It's happening in Edo State now. The people that are drumming the war, that the tigers and lions of the states, are they not youths? Are they not youths? The tigers and lions of the state, do they have good roads? Do they have 24 hours electricity? But because somebody has given you some money and you want to decide for the whole generality of the society by using guns, machetes, and oppression, it's not going to take us anywhere. It's not going to take us. If all the youth decide to carry those weapons, even you that you are fighting, drumming the war, the drum of war, you might not survive that. But we decide to say, no, we don't want to go through that route to be violent in life. We want to take the normal norm and own training given to us. Let's take this thing and do it the way we believe a civilized and exposed young man is supposed to engage with one another.
So how do you plan to carry the youth forward?
Now, what I plan to do about the youth is, first of all, we have to identify who is a youth. Now, when we identify with the youth, we have to fine. These are the growing brackets which me and you know, a youth is starting from 18 years down to 49 years. That's a youth. Now, that same youth are broken into two sections. From 18 to 30 are one set of the down side of the youth, while from 30 to 39 to 49 are on that set of the part of the youth. Now, when you have them like that, now to carry them along, we have to ensure we promote youth programs. We need to talk to each other. We need to judge up, not war. We need to enlighten ourselves. Let them know what we are going to lose and how many things we are going to lose if we do not ensure this country works for every one of us. For example, now, in the north, due to the fact that a lot of youth has been disenfranchised from education. Someone can just come and give you frivolous stories without even you judging or having a mindset. You carry knife and dagger, you start going rampage. You can't do that in the South. Before the Southerner will carry a knife against his brother, he will ask, what did he do? And if he's not convinced enough, he will not go to that route. But in the North, just might rumor alone could. And what is the difference? Because this one is exposed, and the other one is not exposed. And what brings exposure? This has a formal education. This other one, I think, has refused to be there formal education. That's why I keep saying that thanks to Baba Awolowo, if not for Baba Awolowo, do you think we Southerners will be able to have this kind of mindset? Baba Awolowo ensured that every child in the region had formal education.
But to my own point of view, I've been thinking that okay, maybe tribalism was being a major influence affecting African culture. Maybe tribalism, in the North, they focus more on Syria. Syria now. So even before the government
Intervention,
so that Syria we think maybe that's Islamic within that.
Okay, let me come about that Sharia. Now, is it the only country that practices Sharia? Do you know Saudi Arabia practices Sharia? Iran practices Sharia. Those Asian Muslim countries practice Sharia. But can you compare the mindset of those ones with us? You can't. Now, it's not tribalism. The problem we have, even if you will run Sharia, but do you know that an educated Hausa man, and an uneducated Yoruba man, if you fuse them together, to an extent, you will see the difference. Uneducated Yoruba man and an educated Hausa man, if you fuse them together, to great extent you see the difference.
Should we say the religion or what?
It's not the religion. I keep telling you, you see, secular education, you can't take it away from the world. The old technology you have on the world today is from secular education. The man that is practicing Sharia will not say, because I'm practicing Sharia, I will not enter the vehicle in secular education to produce. The Boko Haram that say books is a sin refuse to drop the guns that a man that is reading the book developed. Do you see the mindset? Now, when you have a Yoruba man that is not educated, and you have an Hausa man that is educated, if you fuse them together, you see the difference. The Hausa man will definitely surpass the Yoruba man in anything they're doing, any task given to them. Now, twist it the other way around. When you carry an educated Yoruba man and an uneducated Hausa man, the Yoruba man that is educated will surpass. So, it's not a religion thing. It's an exposure thing. It's an educational thing. Because the materials and the exposure this learned person has to be able to reason in life, this other person does not have it. Trace it to the other part, the same thing goes. So what do we need to cry for? Let them ensure that their children, their wards, at least get the minimum of secondary education, please. Please. It will go a long way to be able to do what? To rebuild and refine those children's attitude and mentality.
So, when we are growing up, then we learn a particular song that says, ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò pé o rárá kò pé o iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jáde. So, the question is, Nigeria of today, there's no, I cannot put it, there's no free will for youth to go back to the farm. Like as I am now. Even though if I have the passion to be a farmer, there's no there's no amenities, there's no freedom, even there's no money. So what is your take?
Okay, first of all, let's even let's unbundle this cultural thing and the whole system. Now, the problem is from the government itself. The government should have even know that they're supposed to invest. I don't know if they're doing it deliberately or they're doing it out of consciousness that they spoil money and money is coming into it. But let me tell you one thing I noticed. I noticed a smart businessman, a smart individual, gets funds from either bank, friends, or family, or salary, or income. We diversify the excess into other means that is close to him to be able to generate money. Now, do you know what it would take if the country decide to reinvest the billions of dollars we even keep as reserve? Let's even take 10% of billions of dollars we have as our reserve, or billions of dollars we've collected as loan, and develop our agricultural sector. You know how attractive it should look? You know, because of why you refuse to go into agriculture is because you do not want to use hoe and cutlasses. That is it. Not yes. That is it. So when the government know the problem that this is what is driving our youth away from agriculture, why don't they do what? Go into mechanized farming. Now, do you know that thing again I noticed? The way the government promotes rice production. Imagine the government putting that effort to promote our cash crop production, which are cocoa, timber, cashew, palm oil, groundnuts, rubber, coffee, cotton, millet, in the mechanized form. When you are driving from Ibadan to Lagos, did you see the landmass? Do you see how fallow those places are?
Exactly.
Do you imagine if government get tractors and massive machineries to clear all that place and cultivate ordinary cocoa or palm oil times Ibadan to Oyo? We have that kind of, from Ore to Bini, from Shagamu to Ore. Massive. You don't need the federal government alone to do it. Let the state government champion those causes. And the local government. Now, those mechanized machineries will be on ground. The youth that needs job will pick them up. Some of them will be tractor drivers. Some will be cultivators that will go there and just put those seeds in the ridges. Some will be there to maintain those ridges. And they'll earn salary. But because government know that they borrow money to build these things, they know when this thing start yielding, it will bring back income. In dollars, not in naira. But when we start harvesting, what I will now employ government to do is they should encourage investors to come and build factories. That will, you don't need to encourage them. When they see materials, you will see naturally cocoa manufacturing companies will come out that will be building chocolate sweets, bombitas, that will be refining them or manufacturing them into cans and will be exporting out of the country.
But they are all running away.
Because the government did not set a structure for those development. For example, now, do we, all of us really need electricity? The answer is no. To be sincere to you, the areas that need electricity are the industrialized areas where they can build turbine for them. Me and you were used to, government have not been giving us electricity. We buy our generators and we manage. But you know that if you go into the factory and work and make money, you will sustain yourself. So before we start building other plans that will take over the community, let's even start with our agro development that can bring foreign estate in. So that we stop going into recession. So that our children can get employment. So that we ourselves, we could do or pay off our debt. Do you notice something? The cocoa board, bag, it does not go up more than a fraction in the international market. But go and look how much is chocolate. Chocolate bar has been increasing every day. Why do you think the white man has brushed our mentality that go and do the difficult job and bring it to us, we'll buy it and refine it? Why don't they keep it to themselves? Why are they bringing it back to us? It's happening in our crude oil sector too. Instead of rebuilding our refineries, refine our oil, and make use of what we want to use and export, the white man try to break the mindset of our leaders to bring that money abroad. All the money they're supposed to use to do development, they take them abroad. We will take our crude oil to them. They will refine. They will now resell to us in double digits. How wise is that? How smart is that? Same to cotton. Most of these materials are brought from China, India, Turkey, where we have the board that we could build the factory that will produce the clothes. And we take more money use. And we export the excess. We will not need to export to Europe. Ordinary African country, we are over 200 million in Nigeria. Imagine 200 million patronizing a company. Nigeria is the largest market in Africa. So we stop deceiving ourselves. So we need those things to be working in.
So what is the generalized word of wisdom for all Nigerians?
Well, my general word of wisdom for all Nigerians, first of all, Nigerians should now know what they want. 2023 is just around the corner. And a lot of Nigerians don't still know what they want. So rather you go and cap in and begging those politicians with the 5,000, 10,000 you're selling your conscience, I bet you have a long way to go. In your community, Kule, you know the youth, you know the Baba, you know the Iya, that will tell you, Kule, Karo, and when you go out, it's money.
Yes.
And you know the Baba that will tell you, Karo, when you go out, it's not even afternoon, it's evening. Kule, we are the architect of our problem. We know those that can rescue us out of the problem. But rather than, because you don't have that kind of money to grease the palms of the people, you find that they'll put a page, more than your go your EG or what it is, but thank you. Why don't you promote our we should please. We know things are hard. We know times are difficult. But I've never heard, I'm still telling you, I've never heard, no matter how things were so hard, that somebody will be wire. Will not reach to pussy. Impossible. So my advice to we Nigerians is, we should sit down and decide what we really want. We should not allow them to come again and lie to us. 2023 is just here. The lies, if I tell you, the lies are just flying up and down. Let's develop our agriculture. That is the way out of this. God gave us the best of land, best of resources. Imagine how Oshu be telling me they are broke. Is Oshu okay? Is the government okay in Oshu State? No, is the government okay? You know what I'm saying? So, you have gold. You have gold sitting under the ground of Oshu State. If we know, yes, the state cannot mine them because you have to get the federal might to able to do that.
But
But what they need to do is to encourage the federal. Let the federal come, mine this gold. Give them their derivation part. Put the gold in bars in central bank and call an investor and say, this is my gold bar. I will use it as a shorty. Come and build factory in my community. Come and do farming in my community. If anything goes wrong, we will give you out of this gold, sell it, and refund your money. Tell me 90% of the investors will not come in.
Yes.
Do you know your land mass in Osun State? If Osun decide to go into agriculture alone, they will feed Southwest. What I mean, don't own and conduct agriculture. Mechanized farming. Industrialized farming. Look at what Akwa Ibom is doing now. Look at what that guy is doing. Before they even dreamt of cocoa, Awachili cocoa. Please, can you show me one cocoa factory owned by any of the government states? Can you show me one? The guy has a rice factory that national rice into a paddle that they can replant. Now, do you know how many boys, students, and workers and this they employed in that sector? They've employed a lot of it. Some of them are engineers, some of them are tractor riders, some of them are cleaners, some of them are this. Now that's working in factory, the value chain. The one that will come and take supply and take to the market and sell to other people. When that man start earning foreign exchange, now they will say, Ogunwoloshi. We need to wake up. We're still sleeping. African youth need to wake up and ask questions and give direction to their leader. If their leaders claim they don't know direction, where they're going to. Rather than chanting praises on them, ask them questions. If someone tell you that, I will do road for you, how do you want to generate money to do that road? We are waiting. No, you want to go out to Abuja and you guys want to beg for money to come? If the money does not come from Abuja, how will you generate money from the states? Oh, you want to come and be taxing me dry? You know, everything we do today now, we pay tax, tax for even double tax, they don't care. Just not pay.
Now, you're already assaulting the landlord that pay.
Now, do you know what that means? Now you're just the problem. They're targeting you people because the landlord will always transfer the money to the tenants. Now, let me give you taxes you guys are paying. You want to withdraw your money, you pay 50 naira. Above 10,000, you pay 50 naira stamp duty. Every 10,000 naira above 50 naira. You want to pay money in, you pay that. For the money you pay personal income tax, that's your income you pay tax. You pay consumer tax, which anything you buy, and this thing that will pay about 7.5%. You want to buy petrol, you pay tax. You pay tax. You buy petrol. You want to go to school, you pay that. You want to collect license, driving license, you pay that. You want to collect plate numbers, you pay. Now, all these taxes being deducted from us, can we measure it with the level of education? And why? You don't have people that you just believe eating. Okay, now the federal government want to give 774,000 jobs. To who? What are the job scope?
For Nigeria.
For Nigerians, I mean. Now, what are the job scopes? They want to give cleaners and people that will packing waters. Abi? But what's the economical value of that? Is it viable? Is it sustainable? It's not. Because when you pay that cleaner goes home and buy pepper. He has eaten it. He went to toilet. Otoni. Power that they have been doing. You are just bringing money out, dishing out, and it's not coming back. Now, what I expected them to do is every local government should set out a zone where they can use for agriculture. Employ those people, pay them, let them use mechanized, let them go to the place, plant things, monitor those plants for a period of 3-4 months. When it develops, if it's even food that we're doing, corn, yam, cassava, we're doing. After it comes out, they sell them to the public, brings money, cover all that money you spent on those ones, you make profit, you'll be able to employ more people on it. They're taking people off the streets, they're creating employment, they're creating income for them. It will be sustainable. Times some 4 local governments. And you say there's no food. And you tell me there's no employment. Even those that will earn from the value chain. Do you know some people export cassava to US, Gary, to UK? Nigerians are not to eat Gary ever. Egusi, they take them to UK. There's market for it already because we have Nigerians scattered all over the world. So, Jimasu. So thank you very much. So we need to walk the talk, not just talking. We need to walk the talk, and it's time for us now. We need to wake up. We need to walk the talk. We need to wake up. We need to see. Our problem is not making money. Our problem is how to manage and create more wealth.
How to manage and be creative.
Yes.
So to all Nigerian watching, our let's go ahead. Please wake up. Jim Mason. Thank you so much, sir. So I believe it's east of this position to going on with impact to society. So what on Georgie, wake up and embrace
go to the south.